Hello, my fellow nerds, and welcome to the Nerd Empire. I hope you all are having a fantastic day today, and I hope you all will enjoy today's reaction video. With that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? Okay. Next one we have here is called Women Are Angry Because Men Are Done With Them. This is by Logical Dating. And honestly, I don't think these women, and this is not the majority of women. I think the reason why a lot of people think that it's the majority of women is because the minority of women are so fucking vocal about this that it makes them look like they are the majority of women. But these women really have no one to blame for the sorry state that dating is in but themselves. It's not the fault of men, it's the fault of these women that the dating scene is so horrible. But let's see what this video is saying.
If a man said these things I'm about to say, he'd be crucified. But I'm a woman, so let's talk. All you hear about is toxic masculinity, but what about toxic femininity?
Okay, here's the first thing. Femininity and masculinity in and of themselves are not toxic. So there is no such thing as toxic masculinity or toxic femininity. There's just toxic people. So I think it's really dumb that there are people saying, oh, toxic masculinity, toxic femininity. No, they're just toxic people. So femininity and masculinity are not toxic in and of themselves.
It gets glamorized. Modern feminism has taught women to be exactly everything that they hate in men. Emotionally unavailable, selfish, prideful, lack of accountability. I mean, y'all already know accountability is like a woman's kryptonite, and I could say that wholeheartedly because I've been that woman. Men are taught, step up, be leaders, be men, be protectors, be providers. And then it's like women are told you deserve more, no matter how you act. I mean, we say we want accountability, unless it's only for men. And if the woman's the problem...
Accountability for thee, but not for me. And feminism has... Look, it has done some good. But it's only been the first and second generation of feminism that have actually done good. The feminism we have now is nothing but fucking toxic and stupidity. They've taught women to basically turn into men. They have not taught them to be feminine or anything at all other than to be hateful, spiteful, masculine shitheads that nobody wants to be around. So it's now feminism is doing more harm than good. And besides that, women, the first and second generation of feminism has basically accomplished everything that it set out to do. Nowadays, I don't know what feminism is really fighting for, because women can basically do anything a man can do. There is no right a man has that a woman does not. So it's like, what is feminism fighting for anymore? They're not fighting for equality. If anything, it's being shown that they're fighting for superiority.
We just call it trauma. Be patient with her. It's trauma. If a man is considered the problem, we call it abuse. No, I'm not saying some of that is not true in some cases, so don't flip my word. And I'm sorry, ladies, but the toxic dating culture is not trash because of men. It's trash because people nowadays lack conviction, they lack integrity. I mean, y'all wanted equality until it came with consequences. Y'all have a blessed day. Jesus is king.
I don't think women fully understand the power that their touch has on their husband. Last night, my husband and I were just sitting on the couch, and I looked at him and said, "Let's go to bed. Let me hold you." Maybe I said with our clothes off too. That part's optional, but recommended. We got in bed, and I started rubbing my hands over his neck. his shoulders, and I could just feel it. The weight, the stress, the pure exhaustion just slowly start to melt away under my hands.
See, ladies, it's... You don't really need to do anything really big for a guy. It's a lot of the little things that can make us melt in your hands. That's the power a lot of ladies don't really understand that they hold. You women, you hold a lot more power than you really do realize. You can make a man melt in your hands. Just a lot of the little things you can do. And he'll be like putty. And like this woman said, she felt a lot of the things that her man was holding just melt away because of that small gesture she was doing.
Just that little bit of time, he finally relaxed. He didn't have to carry it all. In that moment, I carried him. And that's exactly what so many men do not get enough of. And if you are a wife listening to this, do not underestimate what your hands can do. Your touch isn't just affection. It's a kind of peace only you can give him. Because a wife's hands, they are healing. And sometimes that's all your husband needs.
Downloading.
If you want to put a lot of it like in gamer terms, like the class women are, I would mainly say are healers. And honestly, I think the healing class is like just as important as the man's class is. The man is like they're the tank and the DPS, and the women are the healers. And being the healer is so fucking important. And like the women, the healing power you women have, that can just it's hard to explain. Women have such a way to heal a man that if you did just that, every day he would be able to feel like he could take on the entire fucking world. Because he knows as soon as he comes back to his woman, he's going to be healed. A man... Now, I'm not saying women don't go through stressful things throughout their life. But a man shouldn't have to come home and feel like his own home is a battleground. Now, I'm just speaking on the man side of things. I'm not speaking on the woman side of things. I can't speak on that because I'm not a woman. I'm a man. But a man shouldn't have to come home and feel like he has to guard himself.
That I'm stupid. I love when people think that I'm stupid, because tell me why I'm at the mechanic shop and he talking about I need a Cadillac converter, but I drive a Jeep. Make it make sense. Think I'm stupid.
Lady, you...
When y'all going down to the mechanic shops, take somebody with y'all. Your brother, your uncle, your daddy, your boyfriend, somebody. Stop going to these mechanic shops by yourselves, because they know we don't know anything about cars. So they trying to give us any type of services we don't even need. Outrageous prices. Cause
I will bring up on my thing here what a catalytic converter. All right. For those who don't know, I will read what a catalytic converter is so you understand why a lot of cars need it. A catalytic converter is an emissions control device in a vehicle's exhaust system that converts harmful pollutants from the engine into less harmful substances like carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and water vapor. It uses a catalyst typically made of precious metals such as platinum, rhodium, and palladium, to facilitate a chemical reaction that transforms gases like carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, and nitrogen oxides into less hazardous emissions. Now, I don't know if every single car out there has a catalytic converter, but let's hear what she had to say again.
By yourselves, because their uncle, your dad, when y'all going down to the shop and he talking about I need a Cadillac converter, but I drive a Jeep.
Now, here's the other thing. A car can technically run without a catalytic converter, but it will be significantly louder, experience rougher acceleration, and will not pass emission tests. It is also illegal to drive without one on a vehicle that was manufactured with one, and the check engine light will likely turn on. Now, them telling her that her Jeep needs a catalytic converter, they are not wrong. So it's not going to be cheap, I can tell you that. It's not cheap at all. But her vehicle does need one because it controls the emissions it emits.
Make it make sense. Think I'm stupid. Ladies, when y'all going down to the mechanic shops, take somebody with y'all. Your brother.
Now, I'm not saying that there are places that will try and swindle you, because there are places that will do that. But the vast majority of places do not actually do that. There are some, but they're very few and far between. Now, do they jack the price up a little bit to make more money? A lot of places, yes, they will do that. But they will. There are a lot of places that will not try to swindle you into more things. They will advise you on what they have found and ask if you want to go ahead with them. But they will not make shit up like that. At least as far as the majority of them that I know.
Your uncle, your daddy, your boyfriend, somebody. Stop going to these mechanic shops by yourselves, because they know we don't know anything about cars. So they trying to give us any type of services we don't even need. Outrageous prices. Because I don't understand. Make it make sense. A Cadillac converter. I don't even have a Cadillac. A Jeep converter, maybe.
It's called a catalytic, not a Cadillac.
They think we stupid, ladies. Don't let these mechanics play in your face. And it be the shade tree ones all the way down to the dealership.
Lady, you are being stupid. Look, I'm not going to fully blame you for being 100% stupid, because you probably don't know, or you probably just didn't listen. He most likely said catalytic, and what she heard was Cadillac. But it is called a catalytic converter.
They all try to play in our faces. So next time, when I go get my car fixed, best believe I'm going to have somebody with me, because I'm not playing with these people today. I'm not playing with these people. They think they got me, but they ain't got me.
For me, my husband should make sure.
Single ladies, is it okay for him to be content with a 9 to 5 every day? Yes. Yes, it is okay for him to be content with his job. There's nothing wrong with that. There are plenty of people who are content with their job and content with what they have. They do not care to have more, but they do not want less. And this is okay. There's nothing wrong with being content with what you have.
Sure that if anything was to happen, we're just not going to be out on the streets.
Right. You said if he wanted to go higher, would you be okay if he didn't want to? I would not.
No. I think that's a great question.
I'm not that
You've got to be real with yourself. Everybody doesn't have the capacity to go higher.
That's true.
And that does not make him a bad man.
Yeah, see, yeah, I agree with what you said. Not everybody has either the mental acuity, the physical ability, or just they don't have what it takes to go higher in their job. So they are at the level they're at, they're comfortable with where they're at, they're content with where they're at, and they know that they can't go higher. Now, you can't fault everybody for not wanting to go higher, because not everybody can, not everybody's capable, whether be it physically, mentally, or just overall not capable. Now, to put a person down because they can't go higher, that says more about you than the guy. You can't fault somebody. You can't blame somebody for not being able to go higher when they might not have the capability to do so. So it's fine if somebody's content with where they're at. It's fine if somebody's content with what they have. There is nothing wrong with that. The only people who have a problem with it are those who are very materialistic.
It just makes it not the right one for me.
Okay, and I can receive that.
Yeah.
But on the opposite side with that, we also got to say we okay with being single, because
Trade-offs.
Yeah,
For sure.
I'm sorry, that's just the real part.
Yeah.
Because what if he just enjoys being a school teacher? He likes going to work 7 to 4, having his summers off, and that's what he likes. Is that okay?
It's not okay for me.
Okay.
I know that I'm driven. I know that I want to go somewhere, and I have a big vision and things that I'm working on. So we just would not be compatible.
And that's fair.
You think about athletes. A world-class athlete is not competing on a local level. That prize to them means absolutely nothing, right? And so if you think about that in dating sense, like, I want the man who I also see as a prize. So the man who doesn't see anything more than where he is now, mentally we won't be okay together.
No, and I'm completely fine with what she says. This is fine. If you want somebody who is a high achiever or has the same drive as you do, that is completely fine. And as long as you are not belittling, putting down, or just being an overall asshole to the ones who are content with where they are at, just if you want to move on from them, that's fine. Just let them know, hey, I can't be with you anymore because you don't have the same drive as me. You don't have the same energy as me. I want somebody who is on the same level as me. That is completely fine. As long as it is all amicable and you are not a complete fucking asshole about it, that's fine. Find somebody who fits you. You don't have to settle, but you also have to remember that the person that has the same energy as you may not choose you. So you have to remember, you run the potential of being single the rest of your life, trying to find somebody who matches your energy. So you have to be ready for the consequences of your decision, whatever your decision may be. And you have to remember, the decisions you make, any consequences that come from them, are because of the decisions you made. You cannot blame anybody but yourself.
Because I'm going to try to push you, and you're going to want to stay where you are. That's not growth to me.
Right.
So there's a low baseline that I'll never be okay with.
I think I'm okay with this. What I do worry about sometimes is women saying, I want to be able to push my man and challenge my man and do all these things. But then when a man tries to challenge them in reverse, then it's a problem. I don't want you to tell me what to do. I don't want you to tell me how to act. Don't talk to me that way. That whole thing, and a lot of men don't want to deal with that type of stuff.
I agree with that too. If you want to challenge him, you also have to be ready for him to challenge you. And if you cannot handle the person you're with challenging you the same way you challenge them, then you probably shouldn't be challenging them. So apparently every girl's ex was a cheating, manipulating human being while she was loyal and perfect. I think that says more about her poor decision making. So this is one problem that I have with these type of women. They get in these relationships and then they end up getting cheated on or whatever, which is a horrible thing. These guys are assholes. But after they've had like one or two experiences, they say they blame that sort of act on all men, saying that all men are dogs, all men are horrible. It's like, no, lady, it's not all men. It's the men you are choosing that are the problem. Yeah, they just keep seeing that all the men are problems. Like, no, lady, choose men that aren't like that. It's like, you can see these red flags, but you just you plow right through them.
just had a conversation with a man. He said, tell me about yourself. I want to know about you. I said, it's best to probably ask me a question and I can respond. Ask me something specific and I'll respond. He goes, name 3 things you can do to keep your man happy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
So you have a good evening. I can tell that we're not compatible. Be blessed.
I mean, I don't see the problem with that question. I mean, answer the question and then ask that same question back to the guy. I mean, it's just nothing wrong with that. What can you, as an individual, as an individual woman, what can you do that would make the man want to be with you, that you could make him happy? I don't see the problem with the question that guy asked her. This just shows that even she doesn't know. And so she's unclear as to how to be in a relationship.
If you're arguing with your girl and she says, so basically you're saying, just know she's about to twist every word you said.
Women struggle.
Yeah, that's it's like these type of women are walking red flags, but they hear the words that are coming out of your mouth, but they without a doubt, with no hesitation, interpret it in a different way. When the vast majority of men, they mean exactly what they say. No hidden meaning, no hidden agenda. Just what they're saying is exactly what they're saying. Do not interpret it in any other way other than what they are saying. That is just how men are. And a lot of these women, they tend to interpret it in a different way, in a different meaning, in a different light, or whatever you want to say. It's just, no. Why are you twisting the words? Are you not listening to exactly what I'm saying? So I will say 99.99% of the time when a man says something, he means exactly what he is saying. Don't interpret it any other way. He is saying what he is saying, and in no other way.
Is that women are poor assessors and judgment callers around what is achievable.
Very true.
You can want whatever you want as a woman. That's your right. But that doesn't mean that that's achievable for your husband.
Yeah.
And you fail to process whether or not he could. You set a goal that he would never hit the mark on.
Valid.
And never made the agreement that he would. Never said that he would.
Tell the truth.
Not even in the way that you have imagined it, because it goes back to the first question, which is, did we have a conversation about it and share ideas, or did we communicate that this is how things were going forward? It wasn't communicated. Absolutely. An idea was said. He said okay. He said okay because he was watching a football game and he wanted to get back to it, so he said okay. You thought that he co-signed. He didn't. You bring it back up. He has no idea what you're talking about. It's irrelevant to him. Doesn't know why he should do it. And what is the return of the investment? If I should do.
Ladies, here's one thing. If you're going to have a conversation with your man, make sure he has his full undivided attention on you and the conversation. Because if you're trying to have a conversation with him with all the distractions he has around him, it's not going to all go into his head. You have to have his full undivided attention. You can't just assume we're going to know everything you're talking about. You have to make sure you have our undivided attention. And this is how serious conversations go. There cannot be distractions. You both have to have 100% attention on each other when it comes to serious discussions.
So then what? Because the last 12, 14 things that you did, you haven't acknowledged them. You haven't esteemed me. You haven't made a big deal out of it. I didn't get extra kitty. I didn't get extra sleep. I didn't get... So what are we doing here?
Good men exist. You're just not the woman you think you are. Humble yourself, sis. Well, damn. Well, these women, man, they're saying the truth. Ladies, if you're going to go for a guy, don't go for the bad guy because you're just going to get treated like shit. Don't go for the nice guy. I know a lot of people are saying, go for the nice guy. Don't go for the nice guy. The nice guy is just being nice just to get with you. That's it. Go for the good guy. Because the good guy actually has good character. He has respect. He's honest. He's loyal. He actually knows what he's doing, and he is who he is. He does not act any other way but himself. And he knows how to treat people. That is the good guy. Don't go for any guy but the good guy.
Okay, y'all, this is a public announcement. Girls and cars are the same exact thing, all right? And I'm gonna break it down to you like this. You see when you go in car shopping, right?
Yep.
And you kind of want to get that foreign. You're like, damn, that shit look hot. That shit look good. But then you look into the maintenance and you're like, whoa, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. Same exact thing applies to girls, okay? Some girls are too up here, and when you get with them, you're like, oh, no, you asking for too much. Oh, no, this, that, and the third. Like, what you think I am? No. You should have got that Honda. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm putting out? The Honda's still cute. It still do the same thing, but it's more in your bracket. You know what I'm saying? It's in your bracket.
This goes for ladies as well. I know a lot of you ladies have very high standards, but that high standard man, there are not very many of them. But yes, this lady, what she says is true. It's like, if you're going to bring people out to a date, make sure you're taking somebody out on a date that doesn't expect you to spend $100 or more on them on the first date. If you found somebody who is just fine with you going to like a park, a coffee shop, or a fast food restaurant like McDonald's, Burger King, Chipotle, or something like that, that's great. But don't try and go on dates and spend a lot of money. You have to make sure you can take care of yourself first, because bills to pay and all that other stuff. But if you're taking a girl on a date and she expects you to spend $100 or more on the first date, that's a red flag. Now, if you want to spend that much, go right ahead, but it is a red flag.
All right?
Because that's more of a materialistic girl.
You getting it? All right.
But these foreign cars be breaking down. And they say things like Toyotas and Hondas last quite a long time.
They do.
Some people trick out.
Toyotas have been very reliable cars for a while. They're nice and very reliable. So I would suggest getting a Toyota, because they're really nice vehicles.
Their Hondas. Hondas look very, very good. What you can do, first of all, a Honda is not a bad looking car. Second of all, you can take that Honda, which is not a bad looking car, and put a little bit more work into it and really elevate it. So that Honda that looked pretty good now looks really good after some work and some care put into it.
You also have to be careful, because there are certain girls when they finally get elevated to that point, some of them, and I'm not saying a lot of them, I mean some of them, they'll end up getting a big head and think they can do better than you and end up leaving you, only to realize that the best choice they had was the one that they were with, and then they end up regretting what they just did. They end up regretting leaving the person.
And that's a new Honda. That's an older Honda. Imagine if you get a new Honda and you put that work into it. So it's coming off the lot, shiny and new. You put a little, sometimes you don't have to do anything to it. You take it off the lot, you do a little bit to it. Man, looks great. Looks fantastic. What you guys are saying is, well, I'm a foreign. With the way y'all be handling yourselves, you're a older model of a foreign. Old technology, outdated technology, bald tires, engines gone out, transmission is not shifting properly, too many miles, paint job is faded away, bumper is falling off, that sort of thing. So
God.
I'm not going to be paying a high price for something that is not that great.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of women require a man to take care of their financial needs, but they cannot meet a man's needs, and his needs are actually free. He wants you to give him a lot of love, respect, loyalty, affection, attention, appreciation, take some accountability, know how to say I'm sorry, listen to him whenever he speaks, and to provide a safe space for him. And you can't meet any of these free requirements that actually just take a little bit extra time and attention from you.
The women who can't provide those free stuff are the same women who think that they are the table. They are the women who think they are the table, and the women who believe they don't need to bring anything into the relationship but their own physical body. So, yeah, it's it's really horrible. And a lot of those free stuff that a lady could bring into the relationship that she listed off, they take very little effort and cost nothing to do. And yet a lot of these women can't do even that.
But you expect for him to provide for you financially in every way possible. You want him to take care of your hair, your nails, get you a new car, pay your rent, make sure all your bills is paid, do all the little experiences that you want to do, take you to a 5-star restaurant. And not for nothing, a lot of people can't even name a 5-star restaurant, but you want him to find one and take you there.
I don't even know a 5-star restaurant.
And pay that bill, and you can't meet his needs, and his needs are free of charge. Why would he continue to meet your financial needs if you can't take care of his needs, whenever it literally will cost you nothing out of pocket? It's just
nothing out of pocket and very little effort.
A little bit of your time, a little bit of your appreciation, and getting to know that man and being able to provide his needs that are actually free.
I love these kind of women because they know what's up. But there are very few of these type of women who say this stuff that are just pandering. Now, those are very few and far between, but they do exist. They say it just to get attention, and, you know, they're pandering.
I don't know what's crazy, though?
That's crazy.
Those women...
I like this lady. I've seen plenty of clips of her. I like what she has to say.
That care and watch how much money you spend and how much money you spending on them, they don't like you. Because a woman that likes you don't want you to spend all your money, because she's mindful of the union and the partnership that y'all are building.
There it is.
If that woman is like, ooh, like women that are like, ooh, I need to get my hair and my nails done. Why is your hair and your nails not already done? This should be a lifestyle. Like, if you literally, it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, because, you know, I have an appointment from here, I'm going to get my hair done. It's one thing to be like, oh yeah, I have my hair appointment. I have zero expectation for a man to be like, oh, here you go, you gotta, no. Now, if it happens, I love that for me, but it's not an expectation because it doesn't need to be. So I personally feel like us ladies, we gotta get it together, because it's that standard that's making men think that the transaction is okay. We hold the standard. It's all up to us at the end of the day as women.
It is these type of women who are within reality and know this stuff logically and know how to, you know, act within a relationship, how to be, for a lack of a better way of saying, how to be a woman in a relationship. It is these type of women who are, you know, respectful, logical, loyal, who are not within their own fucking fantasy world, that I respect and admire the most. These are the type of women who will make the best life partners.
You know, and we gotta stop being so doggone cheap.
Because we see the clips of like, oh, what you gonna do for me? What you gonna do for me? What you gonna do for me?
And then women will be like, well, I took my time to get ready. That man has time too. He took time out of his day to make sure that he prepared something. Hopefully he put some effort in. It's not just going to a thing. But this is another thing too, for the ladies that are listening. We gotta be mindful that men with money, I'm doing air quotes right now, men with money, or real men with money, a lot of the times what they're doing is just what they do. You are not special. So someone may think, oh my God, he flew me on a jet, or oh my God, he flew me first class, or oh my God, we went to this 5-star restaurant. Baby, that's what he does. You are not special. You insert girl here.
Yeah, those type of guys, ladies, you're not special to them. They can get rid of the lady and real quick and find another one just as fucking easy. Those type of guys, it is not difficult whatsoever to find a woman to fill his needs. It's really not. So don't think you're all that. And like the old saying goes, don't think you're all that in a bag of potato chips. Really dates my age saying that. But yeah, it's just don't think you're all high and mighty just because you got this person spending so much money on you. Your ass is, to those type of men, your ass is easily disposable.
This point, you know, so I feel like we got to get really clear on what does each side have to offer. Are you looking for a dating experience, which is fine, or are you looking for partnership in life?
There ain't been not one woman that came in here and paid for their husband or boyfriend's Father's Day cut. Any of your clients came in here and paid for their husbands or their boyfriends for the Father's Day? No, not one. Not one, right? All right.
I think the majority of the time the guy would prefer not for their woman to do that. I mean, it'd be nice if she did, but we would prefer not to, because I think it's more of a pride thing for guys, that they would rather spend the money on the girl than the girl spend the money on him. Now, we're not going to stop you from doing that. If you want to buy your man gifts, if you want to pay like something for him, like a haircut or something like that, you go right ahead. I think the majority of men would prefer their woman not to do that. We would like to. We would. It'd be nice, but yeah, I think we'd prefer rather to spend the money than for her to spend the money on us. At least that's what I think. I could be completely wrong.
Hey, bro, did a lady get your Father's Day gift yet? No. Nothing? No. You ain't got no kids, I saw my man Los's post, and he was saying nobody been in his barbershop. So if anybody see this video in the barbershop, comment below and let us know if any of the women have been at your barbershop to pay for any of their men's haircuts. Thanks.
Cause y'all be so quick to call.
Now, a little side note here, just for the people to know, a barbershop is a shop that does men's hair. A salon is the one that does women's. So, because a barbershop are the people who are trained on doing a men's hair. The salon is the ones that are trained to do on women's hair. Now, there are regular haircut places that do both, but barbershops are mainly trained on men. Salons are mainly trained on women.
All these men who actually trying, not the deadbeat ones, who's actually trying to take care of their kids and do right by their kids. Y'all be so busy giving them a hard time and making their life miserable, but they can financially and mentally provide for these kids. If they take all of the government assistance away from you, can you do the same without the help? And the answer for a lot of women is no.
This is another thing I've always had a lot of problem with, is that I see that there are some women who know, I mean absolutely know for a fact that the man that they had a kid with would do well or do fantastic as a husband or as a father. But they refuse to let him do so because they have some spiteful vendetta against him, and they use their kid as a weapon against them. And I'm sorry, if you are a parent and you're using your kid against the other parent, you are just a shit parent. You have failed as a parent. Either as a mother or father, either one. If you are a mother or father using your kid as a weapon against, the other parent of the kid, you are a shit human being. Kids should not be used as ammunition against their other parent.
You can't sustain your livelihood without the government's assistance. So instead of you acknowledging that, allowing this man to help you raise your children or your child outside of finance, outside from the financial aspect of it, allowing him to help raise a child, not provide financially for the child, help raise the child. You rather do it all by yourself because of what? What, you gonna get some extra brownie points for it? What, you want the bragging rights that my baby daddy don't da 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 da? What's up? Make it make sense, because it's not making no kind of sense to me.
What is this male loneliness epidemic nonsense?
A lot of men feel lonely because they feel demonized. Because the feminist movement has been campaigning so hard to demonize men in almost every aspect of life. It's like everything wrong is somehow a man's fault. So we're demonized in everything. So we're sick of it, we're lonely, and we want it to stop.
How do you think women feel that we have to deal with a whole bunch of sassy?
I also don't like these kind of women because even though there's problems men deal with, they still have to go, well, what about women? It's like, why are you always just sidelining the problems men have to deal with and trying to always focus everything on women? Not everything is about women. Men have problems too, but you keep saying, well, women this or women that, and just completely ignoring everything that men go through. Like we don't have problems either, or we're evil for everything. Like, fuck you.
Sassy men. Men are supposed to be providers. The only thing a lot of men are providing these days are excuses and struggle.
Women like you are the problem. Shut the fuck up and go touch grass and go get educated, you dumb bitch.
God forbid a woman has self-respect and doesn't want to deal with a man with no ambition or future. God forbid a woman doesn't want to go off that cliff with you, buddy. A man is supposed to lead and provide.
And a woman is supposed to help support and make sure the man is good so he can keep providing and protecting. And yet all women like you do is complain, bitch, and moan and take no accountability for the dumbass decisions that you make. God forbid you take responsibility for a single thought that you have. But no, you expect a man to keep providing and protecting, and you just sit there and reap all the benefits that men have provided for you. No, fuck you. If you want to be provided and protected, how about you actually show that you are worth providing and protecting for? Because all you're doing is showing that you are a toxic piece of shit that nobody should really care for.
Shut your dumb ass up.
You realize women are basically children, your life gets so much easier because you go from treating them as an equal to treating them as a child because they whine, they complain, they're very emotional, and when you have that dynamic, things go smoother. When you treat them equally and rationally and logically, things go bad.
So apparently rich men are
saying dating is too expensive in 2020. Well, yeah, it's because everything's so fucking expensive. Fellas, stay single unless you're ready for the every 2 week bare minimum. Let's see. Lashes. Why is it $200? I swear, ladies, a lot of the stuff you have to pay for is massively overpriced. Lashes should be like, what, $5-10? Same thing with hair. It shouldn't be $300 fucking dollars. Nails overpriced, toes overpriced, makeup severely fucking overpriced. So let's see, lashes $200, hair $300, nails $250, toes $200, makeup $200, little lunch. You call $500 a little lunch money? Drinks with homegirls $500. Lil Aloe, Lulu, and Labubu 1,000. So let's see, altogether, let's see, 500, 950, 1150. $1,650, $2,150, $3,150 every 2 weeks. That is nearly 3.5 times more than what my current monthly rent is. That is more than what I make in a month. I'm sorry, but if you are willingly choosing to date women like this, I have no sympathy for you because you are choosing to do this. Not including little rent, pet, car note, and bill help. Oh, I'm sorry, ladies. If I'm dating somebody and they want to do all this stuff, they can pay for it them fucking selves. I'm not giving somebody $3,150 every 2 weeks to do this fucking dumbass shit. Little lunch. What gets me is the last three. You expect a guy to give you $2,000 for just the last three? I'm sorry, the most you're probably going to get out of me is maybe anywhere between $25 and $100 a month. Because I can barely take care of myself. You think I'm going to spend over $3,000 on your dumb materialistic ass? Yeah, fucking right. The guys are right. It's too fucking expensive. Like everything from 1 through 5 is so massively overpriced. None of that shit should be anywhere near $100.
Saying that dating is too expensive in 2025 and women have too many demands. The rapper The Game is saying
oh yeah, these type of women have way too many fucking demands.
Let's stay single unless you're ready for the every 2 week bare minimum, which is a grand total of over $3,100 every 2 weeks for lashes, hair, nails, toes, makeup, little lunch money, not big lunch money.
If I can make this every this would be, let's see, 6,000, and this would be $6,300 every month. If I could make that every month, I would have my own fucking house. Actually, no, I'd probably have a condo or a townhouse. Or no, a trailer or a townhouse. Yeah, that'd be nice, because, let's see. Hang on a second. I need my calculator. So, $6,300 a month. That's $75,600 a week. Or a year, sorry, a week. So let's see, 3,150 divided by 80. That would be 3,150 every 2 weeks. The person would be making $39.37. It's $39.375 an hour. That's just a little over $39 an hour. I would fucking love to be making that much.
Drinks with her homegirls, her little Aloe, Lulu, and Labubu. And this is still not including her little rent, her pet groomers, her car note, and her bill help. That's an estimated total of $10,000.
$10,000. That is $120,000 a year. If my math is correct, I'm questioning my math. That is over $100,000 a year. Just spent on a woman, a materialistic woman.
So my question to you all is, are women high maintenance or
not? I would say it is a minority of women who are high maintenance, because the majority of women are not this fucking dumb and materialistic.
Are men,
at least I hope not,
just unprepared and not as ambitious anymore? Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Are people asking for too much too soon?
Yes.
And if you're asking how much is too much, how much is too little?
I mean, this looks like they're trying to charge a client or something like that, billing you for these services. You're really not providing any services. Imagine paying $10,000 and getting nothing in return. That's exactly what a lot of these modern women are offering.
I'm sorry. If the guy is paying that much for you, you better be doing every fucking thing under the sun to make sure he is the most stress-free and happiest man alive. If you are expecting $120,000 fucking dollars a year to be spent on your dumb ass and you not having to work.
Think about it. All right?
Think about what?
Don't even think about it. It's not happening. They tried to get my number, and I immediately said no. Go away.
See, it's ladies, don't dress like that out in public unless you're looking for attention. Dear women, close your eyes and imagine you have a son. Imagine he's dating a woman like you. Do you smile? If not, then change. Oh, damn. Now, here's the thing for guys, too. If you have a daughter, would you let your daughter date someone like you? This goes both ways. Women, would you let your son date a woman like you? And men, would you let your daughter date someone like you? And either one. If you don't smile, then yeah, you do need to change.
Did I block you? Yes. But did you email me? Did you download text now? Did you really try telepathic? What? You're not trying. You don't care.
Do you think that
I hate that. I think that mentality is so fucking retarded. If you block the person, do not expect them to try at all. You blocked him. You basically told him to fuck off. Why would you want him to keep trying? That's just creepy and stalkerish. You have mental issues if you think that if you expect him to keep trying after you block him. That says more about your stupid, retarded mental state than anything else. Get help. I'm not signing a prenup. I'm not in it for the money. A prenup is not solely about money. For those who are wondering, it's not. Let me look up the definition of a prenup. All right, what is a prenup? All right. A prenup is a legally binding contract signed by a couple before marriage that outlines how assets, debts, and spousal support will be handled in case of divorce or death. It is a proactive way for a couple to protect individual financial interests, safeguard premarital assets, and clarify expectations about money during the marriage and if it ends. To be enforceable, a prenup typically requires full financial disclosure from both parties, is entered into voluntary without coercion, and is agreed upon well before the wedding date. So if it was made with coercion, it can be disregarded. But I have heard of prenups that were made that were not made about anything financial. So it is not solely about money. It is about assets and other things that can be decided upon. So it's not solely about money like other people think.
I will take your family's money?
Well, I don't know. Are you going to sign that paper?
I know her very well, and my daughter is not a gold digger.
Yes, she is.
And if that's the opinion that you guys have of her, then maybe she shouldn't get married.
Then that's fine.
I'm trying to understand why everyone's having such a tough time with just this prenup part.
So you got some influence.
It's complete insanity. I'm not in it for the money. I love Sean, and
Then if you're not in it for the money, then you should sign the fucking prenup. A prenup is a safety net for both you and the spouse. If it is not about the money, then there should be no problem with you signing it.
I want to marry the love of my life, but Emilio's standing in the way of this. We made a decision as a couple that we're not doing a prenup.
Well, if I don't come to the wedding?
Come on, then. You're my dad. She's my future wife. I want you both happy.
I'll be happy if she signs that document.
Okay, here's the thing. When it comes to marriage and stuff, the decision should be solely left up to the future husband and wife. It should be left up to the couple. None of the decision making should be coming from the parents, because the decision for marriage and all this stuff is coming from the couple, not the parents. They shouldn't be involved in any of the decision making when it comes to legal stuff like this.
If my dad doesn't show up at the wedding, it's going to be devastating. It's the most important time of my life. He's my father. I need him to be there.
You should just let us be happy and let us do what we want.
We'll see.
Really?
The dude looks like he's wearing like lipstick. I don't think he is. I think it's probably just the complexion of his skin, but he looks like he's wearing makeup or like
So
lipstick.
the dad is trying to protect him, and instead of listening and looking at reality, the modern world, he's literally saying, well, she's my future wife. It's like, are you stupid or what? You must be one of those special type of stupid, because it's happening everywhere. These women, they don't want to sign the prenup because they want to take half your shit.
You could ask a man for nothing.
Yeah, see, in this day and age, it is highly advisable for those who are getting married to sign a prenup to protect the assets of both parties. But there are people who won't sign it because they want to take everything. Now, there are very, very few people who see it as an insult, because they don't fully understand what a prenup is and what a prenup does. So it is a very good idea, and it is a very highly advisable thing to do. And so, like, for me, I advise anybody and everybody who's getting married to get a prenup. And if you don't understand what it is, and if you're getting insulted by it, look up what a prenup is and what it does.
And he still wouldn't have it. Who said that? Who said that?
So men, I need you guys to stop.
Men, stop trying to mold modern women who don't want to be molded. Well, then don't try and mold men to how you want them to be molded. It's as simple as that. The things a lot of these ladies say don't seem to understand that what they're saying can also go the other way as well.
Stop molding women who do not want to be molded. Yep. So here's what a lot of women know. A lot of women know that men tend to fall a lot harder when it comes to being in love with a woman, right? So if a woman...
Yeah, men, that is true. Men do tend to fall harder than women do. I honestly think that men are more the romantic ones than the women are. It's not meant as an insult. I think that's just how men are wired.
A woman can get you to fall in love with her. She knows that she has almost like control over you, right? Because women can fall in love 2, 3, 4 times a year, whereas men don't really fall in love like that. So when they actually do really fall in love, right, they tend to stay in situations that do not best serve them because they want...
And men, don't fall so easily. Some women, don't fall for every woman who's nice to you, because some women are just being nice. They're just being friendly. A lot of women aren't being nice because they like you. They're being nice because it's the respectful thing to do, to be nice. So don't fall for every woman that's nice to you. So just be careful.
To fix the situation, because you guys are natural fixers. You guys want to resolve issues.
Yep.
Right? You're very solution based. It's just in a man's DNA. But women will use this against you and literally manipulate you into staying into relationships that do not best serve you. And what will happen is you'll be trying to fix this woman. You'll be trying to mold her.
into what you want her to be, and you'll keep on trying to fit a circle into a square, it's never going to work. So my advice to you guys, men, let's normalize actually getting a woman who has the qualities that we want and then working with that instead of trying to mold, force, and fix a woman into what you actually want. It's slim pickings out here, but guess what? There still are some good women, and make sure you value yourself enough to get with one of them.
My wife told her friends she settled for me. We have a perfect marriage. We've been together for 9 years, married for 4. We rarely fight. We're often intimate. We go out on date nights, send memes to each other, the works. Recently, we got news that her ex-boyfriend overdosed and passed away. Now, my wife has no connection to him, so we expressed our condolences to his family over text and nothing more.
You thought it was nothing more. But maybe you might be wrong.
She often goes out with her friends, and I always let her. I have no problem with it because I used to trust her 100%. I had to work late, so I told my wife that if she wants, she can call her friends over to our place since I wouldn't be around. Well, the rains were heavy and our office was told to leave early because some light flooding was taking place on the roads. I reached home and I could tell her friends were there, so I quietly went to our room unnoticed. Everyone was speaking quite loudly though, so I could hear a lot. And the ex-boyfriend came up in conversation. My wife said that 4 years into our relationship, she got a call from her ex-boyfriend, who lived in a trailer, offering to help her see the world. She said she had a
Oh, I think I remember this. I've heard this story.
bag packed and was ready to leave, but in the end decided not to and settled for the stability that I was giving her. I didn't know about any of this. She never told me, and she says that apparently she settled for me. One of her friends asked her if she ever regretted her choice. She said that she used to, but not recently. I guess that's it, right? I'm not unstable enough for her to be attracted to me. She has to settle for someone like me. That one word just keeps revolving in my head. I slipped out of the house and went to a cafe to gather my thoughts, but got a call from her asking me where I was.
If I remember correctly, this story does turn out with a good ending for both of them. But it's just the guy. I think more of the fault is with the lady, or I'm not really sure. It's just with what he heard, it sucked. But they if I remember correctly, they end up talking to each other. She explains everything, and he gets all his thoughts together, and I think they make up.
That I was due home half an hour ago. I went back and she greeted me with a hug and a kiss as always, but I wasn't really into it, and she asked me why my mood was off. I mumbled something like stress from work and went to bed, skipping dinner and our usual alone time. Except I couldn't sleep. I woke up a few hours later into the night and sat in the balcony just thinking about how I'm not good enough for her.
Sat in the balcony. Sat out. The balcony. The balcony. Modern women. I don't know how many houses actually have a balcony. No, I'm not saying that they're rich. I'm not saying that they got all the money in the world. I'm just saying. Well, maybe they're in an apartment. Maybe, I don't know. It could be the case. I'm just saying. You're not hurting. You're not stressful. There is stability. Modern women.
About how I'm sure she doesn't love me. I know she at least loves me a little, but even for that, I have no guarantee. It's the next day now. I didn't sleep much last night, and wife's still asleep. I didn't tell anyone anything about what she said because I just can't. What do I do here, guys? Should I even talk to her? Divorce? ? Is there any hope for us moving forward? Does she even want to move forward? I don't know. I'm sorry for how jumbled up this is. My head is not really in the right place now. I gotta say, communication, girl.
I'm not sure what to
There is more to the story, but if you hear something like that, and the thing that a lot of relationships seem to not do is they don't seem to communicate. And I always say the best thing you can do the best thing for a relationship to survive and do well is communication and comprehension, because a lot of communication can be in a relationship, but unless you are able to comprehend the communication is not really going to go anywhere. But the right thing for them both to do is to talk to each other, to really sit down and communicate with one another.
Tell you, boss man, I don't want to say divorce, but whew, that's a shot to the gut. That's a shot to the gut. I can understand why. Essentially what he's trying to do is he's trying to figure out a way to bring it up. But if you overhear that, what do you say? Like, what do you do? Like, your heart's just not going to be in it. You might try to power through it. You might try to, no, she didn't mean that. You might try to talk yourself out of the fact that she did say that. You did hear that. But man, I didn't put so much time in, and to come back and think that she didn't even want me. Dang. You hear that? What argument can be made for why men should come back and start approaching women after you hear something like that, as to why men should marry women?
And then let me get this right.
But yeah, like I said, if I remember correctly, they do end up communicating with each other. He does hear the full story behind what she said with her girlfriends. They do make up. They are happy with each other. At least I'm not sure now, because it's been a while since that story was posted. So, but I hope they're doing all right, and I hope they work through it. But they did talk. They did stay together. As far as the story went, they ended up, he ended up finding out the full story, and she did prove that she chose him because she actually truly does love him, and she loves the stability he brings. She loves the loyalty, respect, all the stuff that he brings, and he loves the stuff that she brings. So they do end up talking, making up, getting the full story, all this sort of thing, as far as I can remember.
So a man has to come in and take care of all of his problems. And all of his problems means the car note, the car insurance, his mortgage, his rent, the HOA fees, his health insurance.
God, HOA needs to fuck off. I've heard so many stories from the fucking HOA. They need to just fucking disappear. They do nothing but cause problems.
Insurance, the dental insurance, all the little fees that he has to pay throughout. Everything else, right? So he's expected to come in, pay all that, come into your world, and take over all your bills that you have been taking care of by yourself, right? What does he get out of it? How does he benefit? I'm so tired of seeing women talk about, I need a man that makes 6 figures. Do you have a 6-figure mindset? Do you have a 6-figure heart? Do you have a 6-figure patience zone? Like, do you have a 6-figure safety zone? Can a man be safe with you? Can he be vulnerable with you? Can the man bring you his seed and knowing that his child is in the best hands necessary? I'm so sick of people saying, oh yeah, I raise my children. You feed, you clothe, and you water them, and you provide them shelter. That is not raising a child. That is maintaining a child. I do the same thing with my animals. I give them food, water, clothes, and shelter. Can he bring you his seed and you teach his seed, teach his children love, life?
Whenever she says bring his seed, it just makes me laugh. It is so weird to phrase it like that. I mean, it's not a wrong way to phrase it, but it is a funny way to phrase it.
Understanding, peace, integrity, forgiveness, patience, who and what God is, health, how to balance their finances, their education level. Let's not just send our children to school and think that they're going to teach them the right way. Are you teaching them in your home? Can he bring you this?
Whoa! There is no lie in what she said. God, that is such a waste of fucking money.
I really messed up last night because my boyfriend had asked me, why do you love me? So I knew it was like serious. Like I needed to give him a really, really good answer to make him feel like so validated for being just such an amazing addition to my life. You make me feel safe, comfortable, and at home. And that's what I told him. And I could just see his face fall. And he goes, so you don't love me. You just love having a boyfriend. And I'm like, no. And it takes so much for me to like actually feel comfortable and just being myself with other people. And the fact that he is able to do that for me and just let me relax and be myself and just accept me for who I am is so profound. Like,
You ask her this why she love you, she gonna start naming everything you do for her. She gonna start naming it. She gonna start pulling shit out her ass. What you do first? She ain't gonna say.
They're talking so fast I can barely understand what the fuck they're saying.
Because you as a person, I like you as a person, I love you as a person, and you this and you that. No, it's what you do for the bitch. If you don't do shit for the bitch, she don't love you, gang.
Her boyfriend was absolutely right to say that you don't love me. You just love having a boyfriend. And everything that she said about why she loves him, never did she give a you statement. I love you because you're so such and such. She didn't give a single reason why she loved him being separate from her, right? It was always a me statement, because you do this for me, because you allow me to feel this way, you allow me. If she was to give statements as to why she loves him, it would be because you statements, because you're so kind, because you're so thoughtful, because you're not self-serving, because you are very considerate, you're driven, you get it, so on and so forth, because you. Why do I love you? Because you. Instead it was, why do I love you? Because me. You don't love him. Maybe you do love him. I'm not gonna say that you don't. But everything you listed is indicative of you not loving him, but loving the way that he loves you, right? Because I'm sure if he flipped it around, it was like, the reason I love you is because you cook me food and you do my laundry and you take care of my dog sometimes. That doesn't feel like he's saying he loves you very much, does it? This is precisely why... Hang with me for a second. This is precisely why women initiate most divorces, because they'll say, I fell out of love. You fell out of love. No, it's because he stopped making you feel good in these certain things for a certain amount of time, right?
I would say that's probably not the vast majority of the women that are getting divorced. But it looks like that's the majority. But there are some people who get divorced because they truly did fall out of love, and they don't see really a reason to keep staying in said relationship. So they both decide to end the relationship because they both came together and just decided that, hey, this is not going anywhere. We don't feel anything. It's, let's end it. Now, I don't know if that's the minority or the majority, and I don't know if the other one is the minority or majority. So it's just, I don't know.
When you love someone, you love them because of who they are, not because of what they're doing for you. Okay? You fall in love with him because of the man he is, not because of the things he does for you and how he makes you feel. Right? Like that statement, oh, I just fell out of love. It's never made sense to me, because what do you mean? Love is a choice. You don't fall out of love. You fall out of limerence. You fall out of infatuation. But to fall out of love, you fell in love with the man he is, not because of how he's making you feel.
Does anybody else think that it's odd that we teach our daughters what to expect from men but not how to treat them, and we teach our sons how to treat women but not what to expect from them? I've got a son, and I do not want him to grow up in a world where he's expected to treat women well, but he has absolutely zero expectations of how those women are supposed to treat him. We need to be treating our sons and daughters equally, so that our daughters grow up expecting to be treated well, but so do our sons. It really scares me to think that my son might grow up, move out of this house.
Yeah, I mean, you should expect to be treated the exact same way as you were treating somebody else. It's the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. So if you treat them like shit, you should expect to be treated like shit in return. If you treat them with respect, loyalty, and honesty, then you should expect the same in return. So raise your children to be decent human beings and treat others as decent human beings, and raise them to expect said treatment in return, and raise them to not tolerate disrespect, disloyalty, and dishonesty.
House and no longer receive the love that he deserves.
It's a really good point, man. These modern women are not ready to work. They're not ready to do the dirty work in a relationship. They're not ready to stick around. They're not ready to hunker down and figure it out. They're just not ready to do it. They don't want to do it. They don't feel like they should have.
I think a lot of the women who have this sort of mindset, it's because of modern day feminism. They're being brainwashed into thinking that they don't need no man, that the best way they can go about their life is to be a independent boss bitch or boss babe or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and just they're being taught to be like a man instead of just be a woman. I mean, there's nothing wrong if you want to be independent and, you know, achieve everything you want on your own. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, don't expect to want somebody if you're going to be just like a man. Because men don't want, at least straight men, don't want to date a woman who is just like another man. He doesn't want to date somebody who's argumentative, combative. It makes his house feel like a war zone. What the fuck? Just don't try and be like a man, because being a man does suck.
They feel like they should be able to receive. Everything should come naturally. Everything should come easy to them. All that other nonsense. And a man has said, no, we can't do that. We got to work. We got to work. I'm telling you, we have to work. And modern.
So your husband walks in. What is the first thing that he sees, and what is the first thing that you do?
I'm looking good, and I ask him, what are we eating tonight?
You don't have food on the table?
I don't know, but we're going out to eat.
Wait, you don't have food? You didn't cook? You were home all day. Remember, you're a stay-home wife. He's working for you.
I look good. He looks at me. I look good, and
these women, the women with this mindset, I'm sorry, but if you end up alone, it's karma. You end up alone because of your own stupid ass decisions. If you expect to be a stay-at-home mom and for the guy to provide for you, you better be taking care of the home. He is paying your bills. He is buying you stuff. He's making the money to make sure you can be a stay-at-home wife and not have to go out and work or pay for anything. Then you better do equal amounts of effort. You know, make him food, make sure the house is clean, take care of your guy because he's doing everything for you, and you should be doing just as much in return. You can't expect to be a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home mom and do absolutely nothing for your man other than just look good. Because looking good is nothing but a prerequisite. So, I mean, if you're just going to be a stay-at-home wife and not be a mother, then yeah, you better take care of the house, make it feel like a home, and take care of your man. Because he is working hours on end to make sure that there's a roof over your head and food in the fridge, and to make sure that you don't have to go out and work and that you could be home and be lazy. So yeah, take care of your man if you're going to be a stay-at-home wife.
then we go out to eat.
What?
Whatever he wants, because he has money. We can just buy food. What's the problem?
No, wait, you don't actually think like that, do you?
I'm so serious. What's the problem? That's why they have restaurants, right?
Wait, your job is to stay home. He is giving you that privilege, that lifestyle of being at home with no job, and your job is to cook.
He wanted me to stay home, and I said okay. But if I wanted to work, I could work. I can make money too. I just don't because he doesn't want me to.
Okay, so do you spoil him? What gifts do you give him?
He gets me. I keep trying to tell you. I look good.
What do you give?
It's these type of women who say, well, I'm the table. I don't need to bring anything. I bring myself. Bitch, you bring stress and stupidity.
Him though, your money, the money that you have, like, what do you spend
his money is our money. My money is my money.
Like, here's how it goes. His money is your money is his money. It's 50-50, people. This is how a relationship works. This is how a relationship has always worked since the beginning of humanity.
Stop. So you have a son, right? He doesn't make 100K by the time he's 25.
He better.
That's what you're
Do you, for anybody who thinks it's easy to make 100K or more a year, it's not. It's not easy. It takes a lot of work. Just to expect somebody to automatically start making 100K a year, you are a fucking lunatic. And you have 2 brain cells that are fighting for 3rd place.
His mom. He's going to make 100K by the time he's 25. I'm his mom.
But you're going to tell him that?
I'm going to make sure of it.
So, but if he doesn't make 100K, he's what, like worthless or something?
Absolutely not. He's my son.
But so then someone else's son that you're trying to date doesn't make 100K, so he's worthless.
To me, sure.
Oh, God.
Wait, you cannot be a mom. You're not ready.
He will meet someone that will love him. But for me,
It's these type of women that just should not be moms because they are not conducive to raising somebody to better society. They're actively making people who make society worse.
in my wants, I don't want someone who makes under 100K. That's just what it is. So my son would learn that he has to level up if he wants a woman like me.
So you think you deserve like everything and you don't give anything? You deserve it all. You're just Miss Little Perfect. You deserve everything. You don't need to cook. You don't need to clean. You don't need to like take care of his needs. Give it to him whenever he wants.
It's a privilege for my husband to be married to him.
You're not gonna.
That's
give it to
what
him.
he got.
You're not gonna give it to him whenever he wants. And
Not
he's paying all the
whenever he
bills?
wants. I'll give it to him, but not whenever
No,
he wants.
it needs to be whenever he wants.
Except if you're on your period. Because I don't think any man wants to be going to part the Red Sea. As disgusting as that sounds. But I wouldn't say whenever. Like he wants, like, you know, not like on demand. Unless you're into that, then, you know, go right ahead. But you can't expect to do nothing when he's doing everything. And, you know, vice versa. There are stay-at-home husbands or stay-at-home fathers, and the woman is out there, you know, bringing in the bread and everything. So, if you're a stay-at-home parent or a stay-at-home spouse, and you're in the partner is the one that's making the money, the one that's the one staying home better be making sure that home feels like a house, that house feels like a home, and that they are taking care of their partner's needs, because you are not bringing in any money.
He got me. I am the prize. I am his beautiful trophy wife, and that's all he ever needed.
No. See, if it were
we can hire cleaners. We can get.
It's these type of women that need to be single. They need to be humbled.
We can go to the restaurant to eat. We don't need anything else.
Wait.
I will say this. This lady here, she's gorgeous. She's fucking beautiful.
No, if it were me, he can get it whenever.
That's good for you, babes. But are you going on trips?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Just watch.
She was gorgeous. All right. Every time I consider getting married again, I remember how my ex-husband had me looking. Aftermath of assault. When I think about dating again, but remember why my last relationship, what my last relationship did to me.
Getting married, I see this. Before, after. Before, after.
Okay, that last one right here. Okay, ladies. So, you got in a relationship and you just decided to stop taking care of yourself. This one decided to fuck up in a big way. I'm sorry, but the women who just blew up like a fucking elephant, you have no one to blame but yourself on that one. Because you ate yourself into fucking oblivion.
So, what
what's up, y'all? With all due respect, I know that everything I'm about to say is going to hit a nerve, and it's not to attack any woman or to make you feel belittled or to shame you, but I'm going to give you two different perspectives. And again, it's my opinion. It doesn't mean I'm the god of the world. If you don't like this, then don't watch it. It's simple. If you think I'm egotistical, if you think I'm judging, whatever, fine. As somebody who works out, I will never be with a man who won't allow me to work out or won't allow me to be the woman that I was that he got with. One of the things a lot of women have is codependency issues. You know how I know this? Because I've seen women in the flesh and I see how they get when they get a man. There's two types of women. There's the woman that still focuses on herself, still does what she's supposed to do, well alongside taking care of her husband. Then you have the other woman that's so consumed in a man, she's watching his likes, she's watching his follow history, she's watching everything he does. She has to be up his butt 24/7, and I've seen this. And one of the things you stop doing is when you are codependent or you have an anxious attachment style, you tend to cling on your partner, and what do? Forget about yourself and your needs. Your wants and your needs go out the window because he matters the most. This is the reason why they say do not make a man your whole identity. There's nothing wrong with doing things for a man, loving him, cooking for him, considering him, taking care of him. But now when you
That is a really cool poster in her background. That's really nice.
start losing yourself in the process, that's how you know you're in the wrong relationship. Your man and your woman, this goes for both, should always encourage you to be a better person. This is not marriage. This is toxicity. A lot of you guys get with the wrong man and you stay. And granted, there are some men who reveal themselves as a sweet damsel in distress. I'm going to help you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to do everything you never had. And then boom, you see their true colors. But this is why I truly believe you should talk to somebody for a good amount of time before you move in with them. You should talk with somebody for a good amount of time before you get married to them. A lot of y'all will get with these guys too soon and then be upset at the world at what happens.
If you're going to move in with your partner, I think at the very least you should be dating close to a year before you guys decide to live together. Now, granted, there are some relationships where they've only dated like a month or a few months. They live together and the relationship goes fine. But you should really, really get to know the person before you decide to live with them. Like, every once in a while, stay at each other's places and see how things go. But I think it should be close to a year before you both decide to actually start living together. Same thing for marriage. At least be together for a year to, I'd say 1 to 3 years before you decide to get married.
I'm very big on accountability, and there's a reason why I don't talk about previous partners in a negative light, because I sat in those relationships longer than I should have been. And I knew exactly I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have been there. And I don't even want to hear, have you ever let yourself go? No, I haven't. I've definitely been sad. I've definitely been depressed. I've definitely not been okay mentally, but I didn't stop working out. I didn't stop doing certain things because, like I said, when you let yourself go like this, not only is it going to be hard on you, it's going to be worse and detrimental on your relationship. And a lot of the times, I'm sorry, women will say they blame men for this type of stuff. How? If you women are super great with this type of stuff, like every woman can name all the things about a narcissist, how come you guys keep running into them then? It should only take one toxic relationship, and after that, are we going to keep blaming every guy we get with? No.
Yeah, it's like it should only take one time for you to notice that, hey, maybe this type of person I shouldn't get with. And yet, these women keep getting with that same exact type of person, and then they say all men are shit. No, honey, I'm sorry. The men you are choosing are shit. Maybe you should take accountability for your decisions and start choosing better people.
Now, if this is your first relationship, totally understand. But again, looking at this video and these pictures, it seems like you guys stop working out, you don't have makeup on, you don't do your hair no more. And I don't want to hear it, y'all. I do have friends that have kids. They all work out. They all still look good. I'm sorry, I don't want to show my friends because some of them don't like social media. But I have a lot of my homegirls that work out. Like even one of my friends' moms, she looks like freaking, what's that lady's name? Salma Hayek, but a Colombian version.
Salma Hayek, she's such a hot woman. Shania Twain as well. Oh my God. The early 2000s Shania Twain. Oh, like she was like top 5 most beautiful women you could ever see. My God, was she gorgeous.
Friend's mom is Snatch and she had 3 kids. And again, I truly believe that when you're in the wrong relationship, you can change. You really can change. But again, I'm not blaming this on women or men. The thing I think a lot of women need to start doing is vetting men out properly. We all have, even myself, picked a guy that we thought was the world for us. But the problem with us is we stay. The problem, and you have to be accountable with these things, because ladies, I'm even with myself, we stay in situations too long. And then I hate hearing the, oh, he made me crazy, he made me. Nobody did. When somebody shows you their true self and you stay, you are no longer a victim. That's like if a guy smacks me and knocks my glasses off, and it first happens, I'm a victim. I could easily leave, get help, talk to somebody, and move on. And yes, I've been in a DV situation, so I don't want to hear it. Now, if I stay in that, I'm actively volunteering. And I know that you're not supposed to just bounce out of relationships. But if this man is abusing you, hurting you, gaslighting you, you don't feel happy, and it's consistently like this with no love in the home, why are we sticking around until we are a whole different person? And I'm only saying this because I care about women's mental health, and I don't want you guys to take your lives, feel unworthy, and don't feel beautiful and all that stuff. I hope you know, ladies, you can be in a relationship where you don't have to mother a man. You could be in a relationship and still work out. You can be in a relationship and still do what you have to. Please don't stay in these situations too long, because the last thing I ever want for any one of you is to go through situations like this. This is sad, y'all. I'm not making fun of any woman. I'm not shaming any woman. I do understand what it feels like to be in a wrong relationship, but I am not letting myself go. The moment I get with a partner where he's like, you can't go to the gym, you're not going to this, and there are men like that. I know a lot of...
Yeah, ladies, if you... It's the same thing with men and women. If you get into a relationship and your partner starts trying to dictate what you can and cannot do throughout your day or your life, immediately leave that relationship, because they are just nothing but a red walking bright ass flag that will do nothing but try and manipulate and control every aspect of your life. So as soon as they start saying you cannot do this, you cannot go here, or you cannot see this person, leave. They are not worth the relationship. They are not worth the headache or the heartache or the stress. Just leave.
Men don't want to believe this because maybe you're a good set of men, but there are men out here that literally they'll get with you and then they'll get mad at you. Why are you putting on makeup? Why are you this? Why are you that? Why are you that? Thinking that you're doing it for other people. And then you know what's even crazier? Once she stops looking like that, you get upset at her. Men will always complain about, oh, don't go to the, and men do this, not gym goer men, regular men do this. What are you in the gym for? Why are you with guys in the gym? I'm telling you, from experience, that's why I said I would leave a guy that doesn't let me go to the gym. I don't date men anymore that don't go to the gym because of this reason. They don't understand why I want to be in the gym for 3 hours or 2.5 hours. Sorry, bud, I'm taking my time. So let your woman have her time to herself so she can work out and do the things that she needs to. And I highly suggest, if you guys are married and you have children, after she recovers from her postpartum and all that, please, men, take care of her. Let that woman go out at least a couple times of the week so she can enjoy herself. And I don't mean clubbing and partying. Pay for her to go out to dinner. Pay for her to go to a wine class with her friends. Maybe a little dance class. Pay for her to just go have a spa day. Take care of these women. Don't let them sit here and fall. You're the leader, right? So why aren't we leading by example and making sure our women stay 10 toes down? I'm sorry, I could not be a dude and let my girlfriend not care about herself. Now, I'm not going to force the gym down your throat, but if you don't like your body and you hate things about yourself and you're insecure, I'm going to the gym with you. I'm encouraging you to go to the gym, because I already know myself, who struggle with mental health issues. The gym is essential for this. The gym helps with mental health issues. It helps you feel a lot more confident. You'll wear clothes you never worn before, and you feel so much more happy because now you have dopamine, serotonin running through your body. Everybody needs at least 30 minutes of exercise. There's countries out here, y'all, that when you're depressed or you're going through stuff, they tell you to work out. I don't know what it is about America that keeps telling people body positivity, and I don't...
Yeah, the one thing a lot of people say, like, if you're feeling down or anything, is just go for a walk. Trust me, it does help. I mean, just go for a walk for like 15, 30 minutes. You will feel better because it's relaxing. You're getting sunshine. The wind is blowing in your face. You just it's soothing. Just go for a walk. Trust me, it helps.
I mean that rudely, but look where it gets you in the end. You guys don't even like the way you look when things like this happen. Like I said, if you are with a man or a woman and they're hindering your growth or making you small, you need to leave them. That is not a person for you. I would much rather have a person go out and go to the gym than to go out clubbing and partying. And if my partner tells me, hey, babe, I need some space to unwind from the kids, or I need some space, I would do that because I already know how overwhelmed and overstimulated I get with certain things. Take care of your wives. Take care of your husbands. Ladies, please. We need to stay away from men like this. If this man is draining you, if this man's treating you like crap, not making you feel beautiful, you gotta go. Because like I said, for me, I want to work out the entire time while I have children and while I'm pregnant and all that. And again, I have so many friends who go to the gym, work out, and they had kids. So I'm sorry, in my life, I don't want that. If you guys want to do that and not work out after you have kids, by all means do that. But I've literally watched women make home gyms in their house. I've watched women take their kids hiking with them, walk with their kids. I even had a homegirl that I would watch her all the time. She'd carry her baby in the little thing while she was walking on a treadmill because she couldn't lift heavy yet because she just had a baby, but she was still walking on a treadmill, and she was still doing that, you guys, at her apartment gym.
Yeah, if you are physically capable of moving and doing stuff, you really have no reason to complain about not losing weight. Because you are capable of working out, going for walks, doing all this stuff. You're just complaining about it because you don't want to take the hard road. You don't want to take any accountability for the decisions you've made. You are easily able to lose the weight. Stop eating so fucking much and start working out. Eat less than the amount of energy you put out on a daily basis and you will lose weight. That's how our bodies work.
And walking around all the time and still doing that. Yes, it's a little bit harder because you have a baby, and I do understand that. But again, you have to take care of you. If you don't take care of you, you can't show up for your kids or your partner. So I hope this didn't come off disrespectful. I don't hate women. I'm not misogynistic. It's just I really want women to adjust their crowns, realize how much they're worth, and stop staying with these fucking men that don't treat you right. The more and more we keep tolerating men like this, the more and more they're going to keep degrading us. I wish a lot of us had more of a backbone to just leave these motherfuckers in the dust when they did the first thing. When they first talked to a girl, they first cheated, they first did things. And a lot of times people think they're not going to find a good partner. But what's the point of staying with a man who's going to use, abuse you, and have you looking like this? You're not even happy, so you might as well be by yourself, and you're going to be miserable regardless. In your mindset, you will be happy though. You will be happy, I promise you. Pray, find God, go to the gym, eat, repeat, and do the same thing. And do not be with people who aren't going to motivate you to be better. Make sure the circle you have around you is solid. Write all the things down you want in a partner before you get one. Don't just get with any man because you're lonely or bored. I'm starting to think a lot of you guys get with the people that we're not vetting them out properly. Leave them, I'm telling you now.
I mean, if you run into one, okay, I couldn't see the signs. But then you run into two, okay, man, I'm getting a little bit better. You run into three, all right. We're having a little bit of problem, but okay. Modern women have had, by their own admission, multiple relationships with toxic men, multiple relationships with narcissistic men, and somehow, some way, they still continue to be in those relationships. They still getting into them, into their 30s, into their 40s. What's wrong with the men? How come I can't find a man to do this? How come I can't find a man to do that? How come they just bamboozled me? No, they didn't. No, they didn't. That's what you wanted to do, and you did it. I mean, straight up. That's the stuff that you wanted to get into, and you did it. Period. End of story. And you're trying to blame a man for stuff that you wanted to be a part of. It's not a man's fault that you got yourself into something that you should not have been in. Like I said, I can see once, twice, maybe even 3 times. But y'all keep on running after the same guy over and over again. Maybe he don't look the same. Maybe, he's a little bit taller. Maybe he's a little bit shorter. Oh, don't go for the short kings either because, they do you wrong as well. Maybe he's a little bit older. Maybe he's a little bit young. It don't matter their age. They all the same. No. You keep on running into the same guy because you keep on trying to balance, and that's what it is. Y'all keep on trying to balance wanting a little bit of toxicity That's why y'all keep on running to the same relationships. Well, what do you mean? What I mean is, let's say, for instance, that first one, he's full out. He's full-blown toxic. Just toxic. He's a terrible dude. Oh, shoot. I don't want that anymore. Wow. That was too, yeah, girl, you don't want that no more. Okay. So I'm going to kind of calibrate. I'm going to turn it down just a notch. Maybe 10%, when you should really turn it down to about maybe 50%. If I give you a little bit of leeway, you turn it down. You turn it down 5%. And then that next one comes, you turn it down 5%. I'm never doing this again. I'm never doing that again. Turn it down. You keep on turning it down. Little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit. But you keep on, that's how you keep on going through all those relationships, because you're not making enough of an improvement to stop running into that same man over and over again. And you get mad, but it's your fault you keep on running into that same man. After a certain point in time, you got to stop saying, well, this is what happened when you get with a man. The before and after. The before and the after is you. Both of them are you. There are some situations where, yeah, that brother did something he shouldn't have been doing. He was acting weird. Yeah, for sure. But some of that stuff, you got to take advantage of. Or you got to take accountability for. Because y'all be getting in there and y'all don't be doing what you're supposed to be doing. Period. End of story. You don't. And you want to try to blame everybody else for what you wasn't doing in the first place. You wasn't doing that. You not really like that. Stop trying to blame everybody else for your problem.
And for me,
Yeah. A lot of those type of women, they need to learn to take responsibility and accountability for the actions that they have brought upon themselves. They can't really blame anybody for the, I mean, you know, the first time, yeah, you can blame the person. The second time, some of the blame is on you. But after the second time, if you like third time, fourth time, fifth time, I'm sorry, but at that point, it's your own fault. Nobody else's fault but your own. You keep getting with the same guy, even though you know the flags, you know what to look out for. At that point, you have nobody to blame but yourself, and you need to learn to take accountability for the decisions you make and the people you decide to get with. Stop going for the bad guy. Stop going for the nice guy. And get with the good guy. I mean, he may not be a bad boy and be all this exciting shit, but at least, you know what? You're not going to get abused or cheated on. So it's just, I don't know. We'll do this one next. Now, this one is a song from a cartoon movie, an Adam Sandler movie, called 8 Crazy Nights. It's the Bum Biddy song. And, you know, it's almost Thanksgiving, so next month is going to be Christmas. So I figured, you know, why not listen to this, you know? Bring a little bit of wonder to a lot of people who probably haven't seen this before. It is pretty funny, so let's get into it.
Everyone in this room has been associated with Whitey either through basketball or the mall or various odd jobs he does around town for free or at most $1. And I'm guessing 99% of you have either laughed in Whitey's face or ruthlessly made fun of his feet or voice or sister or shortness when he wasn't looking.
It is amazing how talented Adam Sandler is. Singing, sports, acting, all the stuff he can do. So it's amazing how talented Adam Sandler is.
The next time you'd see him, he'd still go out of his way to smile and wave at you and ask you about your mother's operation or something like that, because he, unlike us, actually cares about someone other than himself. The reason I bring this up to you is because I was the worst offender of all. My life was simply going nowhere. Then a tiny little man rushed to my side. He should have gotten a big thank you. Instead he got a porta potty ride. I was such a shithead, but he never quit on me. Till I told him he was useless and his sister was freaky.
Once when we were watching Sunday football, a fuzzy screen was all that we could see. Whitey came over with a hanger and spent the game atop of our TV. And when the lightning struck him, he let out a wicked loud yell. But we just turned up the volume and ignored the burning smell. We should all rot in hell.
I went to high school with Whitey. As a joke, I told him to meet me at the prom. When he got there, I said, I can't believe you thought I was serious. So he ran home crying and slow danced with his mom.
Pushing blow to Whitey. I bet you wish you could take it back.
How could you all be so mean to Whitey?
I love this guy's character. He's freaking hilarious. Just the random stuff he does. This was such a good movie. It's like you don't see movies made very well and with good humor anymore.
Come to me like you are all on crack.
Huh?
Tonight, Whitey was counting on this town to show that we care. But the first time he really needed us, we weren't there. And on Christmas Eve and the last night of Bonnie,
It's just not fair.
This is the most funny part.
I wonder if that guy ever wiped his ass with the wrong hand.
Yes.
It's such a great video. It is such a great... I recommend for everybody to watch the movie. Again, it's called 8 Crazy Nights. So I highly recommend everybody watch the movie. It's such a great movie. Adam Sandler did such a great job, and it's funny, and they do have great songs in it. So highly recommend. Highly recommend. Well, that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give a like and subscribe. I post videos 3 to 5 days a week here. I also post videos over on my other channel for gaming as well. So please make sure to give that a look-see. See if you enjoy that as well. I also stream anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week as well. Links to all my social medias will be on my YouTube page. And with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.